Hey everybody, it's Monday and it's 5:30, so that means we're live talking about stuff from inside the group. I'm so excited for this one because so many people reached out to me about this. Maybe, gosh, at least half a dozen people messaged me about this one. So I thought this is a good one. Even though I've done this one before, this is still a good one. Um, so hello, we have a lot of new members this week. So I want to introduce myself. My name is Erin Porter. I'm a family autism coach, and I started this group to help support parents who are new to autism. So I'm going to answer your questions tonight, and we are going to talk about modified days. So after I did the live about the transition meeting, hi Selena. Um, I had a lot of people reach out to say, my child is on a modified day. How do I deal with that? So the modified day is a little different topic than the transition meeting, but it would be a really good idea to have a transition meeting or any kind of meeting with the school to talk about the modified day. So, the live from 2 weeks ago, where I talked about the transition meeting, go find that in the guide section. There's a whole section on school in the guide. So I want you to go watch that to just to get to familiar about what a meeting with the school should look like. But today I want to talk to you about modified days. So I had at least 6 people reach out to me to say that their child was on a modified day. And when I asked each of them, well, that's okay, what's the plan? There was none. So I want to propose to you a phrase that I use with families. The modified day is a strategy, it's not a solution. So if your child is on a modified day, that could be a very, very positive thing. But you should always be working towards increasing that modified day. So what is the game plan? What is the outcome? What is measurable to say that this modified day is successful and we should move forward? That's my question. And all 6 of those people that I talked to over the last couple of weeks did not have this plan. So I wanted to come in and just start the conversation about what a modified day really is for and what it means. Okay, so a modified day means that your child is not going to school for the entire length of the regular school day. It's modified. And it could be modified to accommodate a certain time during the day that works best for them, or it could be modified to accommodate them for certain subjects. Um, the modified day should be planned with you and the school together so that your child is really getting the biggest bang for their buck when they're at school. And there is a really logical way to increase the day. Okay, so what are the benefits of the modified day? Well, the modified day is a strategy. So I'm assuming that the goal is for your child to be in attendance at school all day, and not have you to have to come and pick them up because the day is not going well. And that was what a number of people were saying, was that he's on a modified day or she's on a modified day, and the school calls me to pick them up all the time. So we just decided it should be 1 hour. Some of these children are only going to school for 1 hour in a day. So I like, for modified days, to start out as a strategy. So let's say that the child is um, not really capable of doing a full day, but the parents think that an hour would be great. So we pick the hour that would best support the child, and we pick the hour where the child would be most available for learning, and then we give it a try. And if that goes well for a designated amount of time, then we increase it, and we increase it logically. So let's say that the child's best time of the day was at 10 a.m. So if you're in a typical school day, recess is around 10:15, 10:30. So you could either have the child come to school at recess and then stay, or come to school around 9:30 and stay until recess and then go. And the reason why that's logical is because it's an entry and an exit time for everyone else. So they come and go when the rest of the students come and go. And then so let's say they started at 9:30 and they were going to stay for an hour and they're going to leave at 10:30. So the logical way to increase this is to push it back. So instead of coming at 9:30, then they come at 9 and they enter into the building with everybody else, and then they leave again at recess. And then after you do that for a little bit and work out the kinks and the tweaks and whatever needs to be worked out, then it gets increased again in a very logical way. I'm going to tell you a story about a child who started with me, like at my school, 3 weeks ago. He started in JK. He just came from the ETS, the Entry to School program, and we transitioned him to start for half a day. That's what the ETS program was. It was half a day. He was also taking some naps in the afternoon. So what we decided was that it would be really great to start off mirroring the ETS program. Makes total sense. But the goal was for him to come for full days. So we're on a balanced day, so it's a little bit different. There's 2 lunch breaks and 3 learning blocks. So the first, the half a day ended slightly before half a day when the class got ready for outdoor ed. So he would come at 9 and then he would leave around 11:30, but he would get dressed with everyone else and he would go right out the door. And instead of going to outdoor ed, he would go home with parents and have his lunch. And they were trying to keep him up. So we were working with them. They were trying not to have him nap. So the next logical thing would be for him to stay for outdoor ed. So he comes at 9, he comes in the classroom, he got dressed to go to outdoor ed, and instead of parents being there, they came at the end of outdoor ed. So when everybody came back to the classroom, he just went out to the car to go home. The next logical thing was to increase it to the second nutrition break. So he was coming to school at 9, he was having his nutrition break, then they were going outside to outdoor ed, he was staying for outdoor ed, so then he was coming into the classroom, and after they came into the classroom, they had their second lunch. So then he would have their second lunch, a lot of transitions, but then they would go outside, so he would get dressed to go outside, and then parents would be there. It was a real partnership. And the thing that makes it such a great strategy to modify the day is that you can move forward positively instead of taking away negatively. It makes me so sad when when children start with a full day and it's not the right start for them, so then they start to not like school. So then they get the anxiety about going to school. Then they don't want to go to school. Then you have to start backing up how much time that they're spending at school. And school becomes the negative. So you start to respond to how they're feeling about going to school rather than adding on time because they're excited to go to school. Does that make sense? You can give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. So, what I really, really want to impress upon you is if your child is on a modified day at school, the modified day is a plan, it's a strategy, it's not the solution. The plan for your child should not be for them to go for half a day indefinitely. A half a day can be a very positive start. And what happens during that half a day can inform the teachers, the EAs, ECEs if they're in kindergarten, you, your child, what they need to increase the day and to have them there longer and be successful. So I'm happy to chat with you about this. If you want to talk more, reach out to me, send me a message. I would love to help you with this. Just keep in mind that a modified day is a strategy, it's not a solution. It's a great plan if it comes with a plan. So check out the transition meeting video in the guides. That's where you will find information about talking with the school and having the meeting. You can call this meeting and you can advocate for your child to be going to school for a longer part of the day. Now, that doesn't mean that you're just going to increase their day. You're going to work with the school to build a plan so that your child's day can be extended. Reach out if you have questions. I'd love to help you. Selena, if you have any questions right now, pop them in the chat. I'm happy to ask before I go. Otherwise, I'm going to sign off and tell you all to have a great week. I love my Mondays at 5:30. Reach out if you have more questions. Check out the guide section. There's lots in there to help you with this. And if you feel like you can't do it alone, reach out. I'll help you. Talk soon, everyone. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. Bye.